here in the rain with Lucienne Bellissimo, who has taken the lead in the CCI 4-star long here at MARS Bromont CCI with Deary. Lucienne, this is not an unfamiliar position to you. I mean, he's so good on the flat, you both are. Tell me a little bit about kind of how you built off of the test at Kentucky and what your goals were for today.
Yeah, sure. So the goals today were to try and improve a little bit with his canter work, both the changes and the canter half pass, and I felt we did that. We've got a little bit of a different system now with the way I'm asking him for his changes. He's a sensitive horse, but he can sometimes be a bit of a slow thinking horse, and the canter's very big. So luckily today I think it was better, a little bit more reactive at the right time. His canter work again in the half pass, he felt a bit more supple and just a little bit more letting me ride him once he hits the centre line. Walk work I wasn't as pleased with today. We sort of focused on one area and broken another, but all in all, he's such a pleasure to work with on the flat in everything we do, because he does want to try and please, and I genuinely think we can get this test a lot better again by this time next year, hopefully.
Sure. And he's been going at this level for a little bit now. I mean, what are some things that you've really seen come along? I mean, in all three phases, but I guess we're particularly talking about the flat right now, if you look back.
Probably on the flat more than anything his canter. Although he's a flashy looking gelding, the canter's quite tricky. It's massive, it's a lot bigger than it looks. And he's a little bit weak behind, especially on that right hind. So actually it's been keeping him confident enough to keep pushing, and then every time you do the collected work, I used to have to give him a lot of breathers. I couldn't work him in for more than 20 minutes, and now he's obviously lung fit for the 4-star. Actually, he's able to sort of stay with me and then warm up for a good 50 minutes until he's really through, and then, you know, not be too exhausted and still try in the ring.
Sure. And how long have you been partnered with him? Can you just give me a quick
Yeah,
overview?
sure. So this is actually only his 4th year eventing. He was jumping 110 with an amateur out in Germany. Then Dirk Schreider had him to 2-star level, and then I took him over. And so yeah, this is year 4 for him. He started FEI for the first time at 1-star in 2020, and now he's here in 2024. So I upgraded him pretty fast. Yeah. But he's all legs, and he's got scope about him, and it just didn't feel like staying at the 3-star level was doing him any favors in his technique. Sure. That said, he wasn't naturally that brave cross country, so it's been a bit of a balancing act, and I have not been running him fast. Like at Morven last year, I gave him all the time he needed just to jump a bigger track, and I'm hoping now we can start to ask him to be a little more courageous cross country.
Sure, and it is a process, right? And
Exactly.
really, if that's not that much time, I mean, you've been able to accomplish a lot in those 4 years. So what is your plan? You know, I guess we'll see what the ground looks like tomorrow, but you know, how are you structuring your plan?
In a perfect world, I would love to be able to keep moving on him. That said, if it does get deep, my priority is keeping him confident. I really, really want him to have a good competitive 5-star result next year. So for me at the minute, I've got to play the long game. And if he does start to drop off the bridle, I just want him to come home safely and feel confident and, go well at the next show. But it would be a dream if he could be close to the time, of course.
For sure. And what are your thoughts of how you chose this event to bring him to this year?
So I came here and did the 4 short for the first time last year with 2 of them, him and another one, Tremanton. And again, I took him around really slow around the 4 short. I love it. It actually reminds me a lot of being back at home in Europe or England. It's just a beautiful track and a typical Derek horse. Like, you just keep riding, and if you're riding well and the horses are trusting you, it's fantastic. And I figured if he jumps around this well, then I'm hoping he's kind of ready to maybe have a bash at Maryland. And if not, then we'll keep coming out until he is.
Yeah, for sure. It's an exercise in patience and
exactly.
balance, right?
Exactly.
Knowing when to push. I mean, is that something you've had to learn over the years, of just that balance between pushing for that little bit more, but also making sure they're coming home confident?
Yeah.
That's a hard lesson to learn.
Yeah, definitely. And I've been in this position a couple of times with him where I've laid down a pretty good test, and I got on course and I've gone, hang on a minute, who are you doing this for? Because he isn't ready. And you can feel him. He kind of stops breathing properly. He gets a little introverted and a bit anxious. And a gelding that obviously didn't start eventing till he was 8 never learned to gallop. So he really is still learning when it gets tough how to push through and stay confident. But he'll get there.
No, for sure. It's been a pleasure watching you produce him.
Thank
I hope
you.
there's big things ahead for you.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow. Hopefully we'll speak again.
Appreciate it. Hopefully the rain stops.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy Bromont.
Thank you.